If the PRO Act passes, we're going to have to rethink how we support these stay-at-home single-income families.
My name is Jaime Gravitt, and I work with Classical Conversations. I'm an area representative for Northeast Georgia, and I'm also a director of a local community. As an area representative, I am an independent contractor, but as a local community director, I am actually a licensee. But within that director position, I hire independent contractors to work as tutors and to facilitate our classes.
Classical Conversations is a home-centered community that's designed to equip parents with the tools of learning so that they can teach their students how to seek truth, goodness, and beauty. We use independent contractors because we want to provide job opportunities for moms whose first responsibility is to their family, and second, want to earn income on the side.
You had a beauty salon back there.
Mm-hmm.
Very beginning. This is 1950.
I come from a long line of entrepreneurs and business owners, really on both sides of my family. My dad's grandmother, my great-grandmother, came here from Italy and owned her own restaurant. My grandparents on my mom's side, they've always lived here in the United States, but we always joke that they never worked for anybody a day in their life. They've only worked for themselves. They started businesses, some of them crazy ideas, just something gig work, we would call it today. My grandfather opened barbershops that became famous in LA and Hollywood, Archie's of Hollywood. They're still there. And my grandmother was, among other things, she was a real estate agent. She owned a cleaning business and things like that. And then both my parents have been independent contractors and business owners, from hair salons to computer companies and real estate agent. So it's a long line of just being, business owners and thinking like an entrepreneur and being able to kind of create your own destiny, and what you want to do and how you want to work and build your life that way.
I am Judy Bradley. I'm Gina and Jamie's mom. I am a realtor. I was licensed in '92, and prior to that, I owned hair salons. One time I had a regular job, and I couldn't stand it. I was looking at the clock. I was supposed to start at 8, and then you're supposed to have a break at 10, and then you get a half-hour lunch at 12, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It just wasn't for me. So I like the idea of doing your own thing and having your own skill set.
I'm Gina Bradley, and I'm a realtor, and I'm Jamie's sister. I'm an independent contractor, and I work for a brokerage as a realtor under them. 1996 is when I was divorced and decided time to move on. I got to make an income, and there's no ceiling on a 1099 person. It's however hard you want to work. My mom was a realtor at the time, and I said I could do this. So I went ahead and got my license, and I worked really hard, made a lot of money. We were doing great, and I just loved being a 1099 person, and I couldn't imagine even today, 25 years later, not being able to do that.
If the PRO Act came and the way that I do work had to change and I had to actually, be an employee, the amount of hours I would have to work at a typical type of job would be full time. What I do right now from home and the flexibility I have, I make more now than I did teaching. But I have way more flexibility. So I would be having to give all of that up. So I don't know what that would look like, except that it would be bad. Like, I don't know how I would be able to still homeschool the way that I do. But then if I put them in school, I would want them, in a private school or something that continued to teach the way that I would want, then that would take away some of my income as well. So I would lose that freedom and definitely all of the flexibility, and, having to be accountable to a different company and a different employer would really change what our family looks like.
This PRO Act thing that we see coming, I just can't imagine having to be put under a cap and say, this is what you have to do now. I think life is going to be subdued, really, because that spirit, that twinkle in your eyes, doing something you love and can benefit from in your family, it will go away. That to me is not American.
If the PRO Act passes, we're going to have to rethink how we support these stay-at-home single-income families. We're going to have to reduce the number of job opportunities these moms have. That'll be devastating on their family's financial health. It will hurt the local economy because they don't have money to spend. It will reduce the amount of taxes they're able to pay to the local government. And it'll make it so they have to be less generous to their neighbors.
You don't get that opportunity in any other country like you can here. And so the idea of taking that away is kind of undoing who we are as America, and what we are to the world.